I decided to come out here to the fire pit, have a little discussion about gas prices and what it's really doing to our great country and to the world, in that matter of fact. So I felt that we could sit around this fire pit and have a little discussion, and I hope this is going to be a two-way conversation where you can add in your thoughts as well in the comment section. And I'm interested to hear any feedback you might have. Now it is warm out here, so I did grab a nice cold one. There's nothing like a nice cold beer around, well, an actual live fire pit, but we can only do what we can do. And this video is really about gas prices and not the fire pit talk, unfortunately. But I might throw in something here or there while we're already out of here. Anyways, I actually made some notes, as you can see, about this conversation. A couple pages, just a couple of points. It really bothered me. Let me just open this drink really quick. So, gas prices. First, we are all in this together, as this plane flies overhead. Know that we can only control so much, but I hope this video gives you some insight and some ideas. Some of these things you probably already know, but you might pick up a few ideas, and I want to share my advice and my experiences with dealing with high gas prices. And this isn't the first time we've dealt with this as a country. The first time, I would say, was back in 2008, when there was actually a gas shortage, and there was lines of people at the pumps, and it literally felt like the end of the world. Prices are going up, people are losing jobs, salaries remain the same. It's a very hard place to be in. So, we do have the option to take control over certain aspects of the gas crisis, or I should say gas increase or expense. So what can we control? Well, there's basic things we can do. We can trim off the fat. Any excess gas we are spending that we shouldn't be. Mistakes in routing or the time of day. Now, everybody's in a different financial standpoint. However, if we have the option to do an errand at a certain time of the day, that could save gas prices, believe it or not. The most efficient point of any vehicle is when it's actually moving. Any vehicle, doesn't matter if it's a truck, a van, or a car, when it's idling, it is not acting in a way to get you from point A to point B. So that's one thing, is the time of day. Number two, if you can, carpool, or if you're married, use the car that is more efficient on the days you have to do errands. Plan your trip to the store ahead of time, so you're not just going to one place, but you're going somewhere else. For instance, let's say you usually take cash out of the ATM. Well, instead of just doing that, do that and go to the grocery store and get gas. So you're doing the 3 stops at once, all within a certain amount of mileage, so you're not wasting time and gas on 3 different trips. I know this is a lot of common sense, but it might start start you to get, it might start getting you to think more efficiently about your driving habits due to the gas prices. And I hope this saves you, if not 20 to maybe $25 or more a month. And this video is worth it. If I save one person $300 a year, that's a pretty good feeling. And if I do it to 100,000 people, that's a lot of gas being saved and less emissions into our atmosphere and less dollars into these big oil companies' pockets. So personally, I love having an SUV, and I've always been a truck person. I have owned cars, and there's nothing wrong with either or, but if you're in the market for a new car, you have to really think long and hard about what you want it for and if it makes sense. So, not everybody can choose where they work or how much money they make, but it does get you to start thinking if you have an option to work remotely, that will cut out a lot of excess gas. And anybody new to the channel, you might be wondering why I'm whispering. Well, this channel is mainly ASMR, so I try to keep everything pretty low-key and calm. Also, it's just the style of my channel, and I look forward to seeing the growth of it over the years. There's a lot of benefits too to speaking softly. So, you know, even the weekend warriors who drive and do trips on the weekends, they're severely affected, even if they only work, you know, if they go into the office hybrid maybe once or twice a week, they're still very affected. You know, the price has gone up so much. And what else can we do? So you can plan your trip. You know, you can carpool. You can try to work remotely. Those are basic things, but not everybody can work remotely. So, what other things can we do? Well, if you have the option to use premium gas or regular, use regular. And you might also have to cut out in areas which you might normally would not think about. For one, a lot of grocery stores offer a lot of coupons. And yes, this is about gas, but gas affects everything. I would really shop ahead of time with coupons. If you go to a store, they usually have an online website or an application while you're at the store. Now, as you can see, I do not mind this beer. It's a good beer for cooking and sitting around a fire pit with, obviously, either a live fire or even a fire that's not active right now or grilling. It's a cheaper beer, but it's a good quality beer. Now, I love IPAs, but I've realized that with all the expenses, I can cut back a lot in that area and still have enjoyment. And also, IPAs have a lot of calories anyways, and I don't need to be drinking that, and they actually have higher alcohol content. So, cheaper, less alcohol, less calories, so the trifecta. And the money I'm saving can go to gas. So it's not just about driving less, but where else can you save your money that will overall keep your cost of living down with everything being so expensive, with gas being so high. So I would say that maintenance on your vehicle is a sure way to protect not only your car, but also your wallet and your gas bill. I made some points down here. So, one would be tire pressure. So keeping good tire pressure is going to actually increase your gas mileage. And you can go to your vehicle manufacturer sticker on the side. It'll tell you what's recommended, or you could even call the dealer or look up that information online. And every tire, every car is different, but this can help. Another point with vehicles that we should have control over is, make sure you change your engine air filter. Believe it or not, a lot of people, they might do their own maintenance, or they just, they're not sure about, engine air filters, but you can check it yourself, or you can have a mechanic do it. It's actually not hard. YouTube is a great place to, learn a lot of useful information. So yeah, tire pressure. So you can get a gauge from the store for probably under $5, and it's a really easy thing to do, and also it protects your vehicle. Other parts, if you're keeping the right tire pressure in there, and it protects your tires. You can also avoid aggressive driving or accelerating. Even if you have a sports car, you can still enjoy your car, but not have to accelerate so aggressively. And this is a very big expense. Yeah, and then we already talked a little bit about time of day. If you avoid rush hour, I believe you will save a lot of gas money. If your car is moving, if it's just sitting, you're just idling, you're wasting money and time. And we talked about the regular fuel as well. If you can, that all cars take regular, so that if you're in the market, that should really be a decision maker with gas prices. As if, hey, should I get a car that has premium or regular? Some cars only take premium, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of friends and family who use premium cars, but I never have. I think regular octane is the way to go. So yeah, that's another point, is electric vehicles. If you have the option to get an electric vehicle or a hybrid vehicle, does that make sense to you? For me personally, I prefer gas right now. I don't think electrics are efficient enough, especially with insurance. I know on a lot of high-end or even mid-grade electric vehicles, the cost of the insurance is more than the gas would be, which is just ludicrous. And then the batteries, some of these cars are, pretty new, and they're being sold secondhand to dealers or certain buyback retailers, national franchise chains in the U.S. I'm not going to say any brands because I don't want to put down a brand. I was going to say something else, and it really slipped my mind. Hold on, let me just take a sip. Oh yeah, so I'm a truck person. I didn't write this in my notes. I just want to make sure I have good flow with this conversation. If I had to get another truck, I know the brand I would get. And I've been very loyal to a certain vehicle manufacturer. However, not going to disclose which one that is, but they've had a lot of issues with their trucks. Well, I've always thought diesel trucks are pretty cool, and they're very powerful. However, there's a lot of maintenance, extra maintenance with these vehicles, and the cost of gas. If I had to do it again, or if I have to, I would probably just get a straight gas vehicle, which I've always had. And a lot of these trucks, I would only get one that takes regular octane. And that's another conversation about trucks. Around the Firepit, I probably should make a video on that, because I have a lot of experience. And gas in trucks, by the way, is pretty terrible for the most part. But I'm a pretty big fan of utilitarian vehicles. I don't think I could ever go back to a normal car, but if I had to, it would be probably a straight 4-cylinder engine. Probably some kind of Japanese make. I'm guessing either a Toyota or a Honda, but I think the probably commute if it's to a friend's house. Um, you know, like I said, you can carpool, but what about bicycles? A lot of these bicycles, the technology's gotten so good. You can literally buy a bicycle that has a battery engine in it, so if you want to use it to commute to work, this way you have more or less like a hybrid setup where you're not sweating and you have some assist. Now if you're an attorney and you have to wear a coat and tie, that's a different story, but a lot of people in these big cities use bicycles. Are actually more efficient and more, they're quicker than sitting in traffic. Go figure. There are drawbacks. For instance, the weather. So I think that would make the most sense if you have to commute is to do more or less like a hybrid and check the weather like you check the stock market. And essentially it's really no different. The weather could be like the stock market. If it's raining tomorrow, well, stock went down. If it's sunny, comfortable weather, doesn't look like any showers or snow, looks safe, well, stock went up. It cost you $5 in gas to get to work and back, or 10, or even more than that, and it's a commutable distance between 5 and 30 miles. You could save a lot of money, and you're probably going to be de-stressed by the time you get home because you're going to have burned some calories and you're outside, you're breathing fresh air. A lot of benefits to that. So, yeah, I mean, I think I touched upon everything. And there's a lot of things you can do outside of just vehicles. For instance, I'll talk about this right here in front of me. All these coals are actually natural coals that I burnt from having a nice fire. So technically, you know, it's a lot quicker to use charcoal in the bag and lighter fluid, and I do that a lot of the times. But this right here, so we'll probably cook tonight, and when we do, I'll add a little bit of coals. However, you could really have a normal fire at first if it was a comfortable day. If you have the time, enjoy water, soda, or a couple of beers with your friends or family. Enjoy the fire for an hour or two, or 3, however long you want. Let it burn down. Then you have coals. Not only did you have a nice fire, but you had coals. Well, a bag of charcoal is not cheap. You're looking at between $8 and $15 for one bag. And charcoal is another source of fuel. But look here, we have charcoal that I essentially created, and when I put actual briskets on top of here and light it, this will add. So if you were to have this much charcoal in a bag, that's charcoal I created, is probably, it's probably at least $1.50 to $2 worth of charcoal that I've already created myself. Just food for thought. I'm gonna sign off now. I hope this gave you guys some ideas about how to minimize gas prices, just by making conscious decisions about your driving habits or needs, a matter of fact, and other alternatives. Make sure to like and subscribe, and please, reply to the comment section if you have any other ideas, because believe it or not, your comment could help somebody else out, or it could help me out. It could help, you could start a trend or create more awareness. So it'd be very beneficial. Hopefully it's just a positive comment. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I will make sure to see you guys on the next one.